This video is about why are we here and what is our mission? If you ask that question to 100 different people, you'd get 100 different answers. But I'm going to give you my take on all this, and it's my 2 cents. You're welcome to either accept it or reject it as your circumstances allow. We're all on different paths. I understand that. And my opinion is my opinion. It's not something for me to be berated over and receive a bunch of nasty comments and stuff about. It's just my opinion. But as far as I personally am concerned, the reason that we're here is we're sent here to learn. We're sent here to learn and to create. You can learn good and you can learn bad. You can create good, you can create bad. I think for the most part, the intention is that we should learn everything that we can possibly learn while we're here, and we should create beauty. There's enough people creating ugliness and violence and vile, hateful things that we don't need to be contributing to that. But we are here to learn. We're here to learn everything that we can about life and about creation and about the world around us. My feeling is that there are far too many people that are just stumbling around through life and they don't have any purpose. They don't have any intent. That it's just survival, just basic survival. And I have been guilty of that in the past until I kind of woke up and said, hey, this can't be all there is to this. You can't be sent here, to live, whatever your life expectancy is. Typically it's 70 years, but in a lot of cases it's far less than that. In a few cases it's over that. But it can't be just to be here and see if you can survive it for as long as you can and then you're snuffed out. That can't be what it's all about. I think we're sent here to learn lessons throughout life. Too many people are wandering around saying, well, things will be better when this happens. Things will be better when that happens. I'll be happier when I accomplish this. And then they accomplish it, or they get to that mark and they're still not happy. Things still aren't better. There's still plenty of stuff to do. It's like rungs on a ladder. You have to accomplish getting out of school so that you can move on to whatever your career path is. You have the children in order to raise them up, to make them be responsible adults, while you are achieving whatever other goals that you have in your life along the way, and your family helps you to achieve those goals. And it's just a constant step up the ladder throughout your entire life. Everyone has a different mission in life. I've mentioned before that when I was a teenager or even a young child, I always thought that I would grow up, get married, and have a dozen kids. And that would be my mission in life, to raise these children. Well, that's not how it panned out. I couldn't have children. Instead, I had cancer. And that ended that scenario. It was not my mission to have children. My mission has been to care for other people, to try to teach other people, to try to entertain other people, to try to help other people along their path. Sometimes it has had a good reception, and sometimes it does not have a good reception. When it doesn't have the good reception, you just shake it off and say, okay, that didn't work out. I'll move on to the next one. Eventually, you find the people who are receptive to whatever your mission happens to be. There are people that are sent here to be doctors and healers, and there are people that are sent here to be lawyers and mitigators. And there are people that are sent here to be police officers or firefighters to help protect and to serve. And there are people that sent here to raise the children. There are people that sent here to be educators. All different walks of life to accomplish different things in this lifetime. You have to find what your niche is. And if you are not happy in whatever mission you happen to be thrown into, then perhaps that is not your proper mission. You should be able to be happy about whatever mission it is that you have. And don't just accept it, say, well, okay, this is what I was turned into. I guess this is what I'm supposed to do. Because that's not necessarily true. Just because you happen to fall in a wagon rut on the road doesn't mean you're supposed to stay in it. You're supposed to find the right path that you're to be on. And that brings the question on, well, how do I find that path? You have to look within. You have to ask your higher self. You have to ask the God that is within you. You know there is a voice inside of you. You may have been indoctrinated throughout the years not to pay any attention to those voices inside your head, but I got news for you. There's voices inside your head that is telling you what you need to do and what your path is and how to follow that path. And you need to be paying attention to those voices, because that is your intuition. That is your true higher self telling you what it is you need to do. Attention to these indoctrinators that aren't walking your path. Walk your own path and do what it is that you are supposed to do while you're here. That's the only way that you're going to find true peace in yourself. Be true to yourself. Pull up your inner strength. Don't let other people beat you down and tell you how you are supposed to be. They don't know. They're having enough trouble walking their own path to tell you what you're supposed to do. Don't pay any attention to the inner critic either. A lot of people have this inner critic inside of them that's telling them, you can't accomplish that. You know, you tell yourself, boy, I would love to go on a road trip and, see 4 or 5 states, let's just say, for an example. Or maybe you want to get on an airplane and fly to, I don't know, pick a country. You want to go to Britain, or you want to go to the Ireland, or you want to go to the Bahamas, or you just say, I want to do this, and you got this inner critic inside you saying, well, I can't do that. I could never go those places. I could never do those things. Don't pay any attention to that critic inside you. That critic is not living your life for you. Do anything you set your mind to do. You have to make up your mind. You have to follow through. How many times you try something and fail, it's how many times you try and succeed at what you set out to do. Anybody can fail. You have to keep trying at whatever it is you want to do. You set out to say, oh, well, I'm going to make $1 million. And you got this little inner critic and you saying, you can never do that. You can't make that kind of money. What do you think you're doing, flipping hamburgers at the hamburger joint? You're going to make $1 million. Are you out of your mind? Hey, that inner critic, maybe what you're doing is you're supposed to learn how to flip the burger so that you can buy the burger joint and then set you up a big chain of burger joints. And then you end up with some big conglomerate like, I don't know, pick one. McDonald's comes to mind. You think the folks that started out McDonald's started out with a big chain of stores? No, they started out with 1 or 2 and they worked their way up. You start small and then you work toward the big goal. You have to take it one step at a time. Unless you're made of money, you're not going to go out and just buy a big chain of stores or restaurants or, whatever it is. You have to start small and work your way up. You have to learn the economics. You have to learn how the system works. And just keep going until you get it accomplished. But you have to find your mission first. What is your mission that you're supposed to do while you're here? And then you learn, and that sets your purpose.